Okay. I forgot to do the damn. Did I do? I did. I can't keep up. Okay, let me post and let me hello everybody. Hi, anybody watching? I only got one person watching so far. I'm MissNJoy, and this is MissNJoy Tarot, and this is Comic Cosmic Chat. I was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. I'll be trying. Something always happens. My mama called. Like right at 8, she's hit me with a text message, call me, and we don't speak like that. So I knew it had to be important. It was important, but still, it wasn't. Couldn't wait till in the morning. Important. Let me share some links here. Okay, I am logged into the chat, and I still need to send out. And my lips are naked. Okay. Damn it. Did not post. Really? I see. Hey, Sharon. You're the only one here so far, my love. Oh, shit. I meant to say something. I didn't say anything on the post. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Hey, Marie. How you doing? Thank you for being here, love. Thank you. Thank you. I was supposed to be up here at 8. I was here. I was about to log on. I had the thumbnail on. All I had to do was hit go live, and my mama needed to talk to me. I was like, what the hell, lady? It was important, but not it couldn't wait. It could have waited until important. It couldn't wait until in the morning or tomorrow important. Nothing was changing in what she told me between tonight and tomorrow, but it was urgent to her. I mean, it was urgent, but like I said, it really why? I'm trying to see if we're gonna get anybody else in the chat, y'all. Bear with me. Um, so Well, looks like it might be just us, y'all. Let me out of this, please. Okay. Okay, well, let's get to it. I guess people can watch the playback if they want to know. So, the topic, ow, my knees. The topic this evening, y'all, we're supposed to do it last week, but stuff happened. My eyes swelled up. I wasn't able to be in. Mercury's in retrograde. I was not about to be up here looking like Quasimodo with my eye all, it was gross and it was runny, and it's better now. So, spirit guides. And then my daughter picks up and runs her ass to the beach. She took off. We took the beach. Her and baby daddy were off today, so they took the little princess to the beach. They'll probably, the sun has set, so they'll be, it's just setting actually. So they'll be making their way back this way at some point. But she won't catch this, I'm pretty sure. Starlight glazed all. All right, so the topic for this week is spirit guides. One of the first questions that I always get asked is, how do I connect with my spirit guides? Well, I think first thing to do is determine which spirit guide that you might want to connect with. Because you have a team, you have many. You have many guides and guardian angels and watchers who all take care of you and look after you. Okay? I believe it's the Vedas. It is. In the Vedas, it says something like, for every blade of grass, there are like 1,000 angels just leaning over it, whispering, grow, 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 grow. Now, I don't know if it runs that deep, but I do know that we have a lot of people watching out for us. Spiritually speaking, a person is a lot of damn work for the universe. So I would understand, whereas if you ever heard people say, I'm sure you have, the conspiracy theory that we are in a matrix of sorts. Depending on how you spin that and look at it, that would technically kind of sort of be true. Kind of sort of. But it depends on what level you look at it as. There are people who look at it as like, if you ever played the game The Sims or any such related type game, where you have a person and you create that person and you create every person around that person, and you have like your own sim, little sim town. Because like Sims free play on your phone, that's how it is. You're there, and when you create your first sim, you're alone. And you have to create other sims. There's no CPU, which is computer placed, however you call it. Just the character that's already pre-existing. But then there are other sim games like The Sims 2 and 1 and The Sims and The Sims 2 and some of the other ones that have already pre-programmed characters that you create a sim, and that sim interacts with all those characters. There's a storyline, and there's other things going on. There's things that you have to do and goals that you have to meet. It would be like those two different scenarios. If you believe like the major conspiracy theory of us being in the Matrix would be like that we're actually like not in control, and that we're like not even real, really, that this is just a computer simulation, and we're all being controlled by like some higher beings that are basically just like watching us and playing the game and running down different scenarios. I don't really so much believe in that form of that we are in some type of matrix. But on the other hand, I do believe that there's a grand scheme of things, and that we all have our part and our place, and it's a very intricately weaved web where we are supposed to meet each other. This person, I'm supposed to meet Marie online, and we're supposed to be soulmates and be besties and have a part and play in each other's life. That most of my subscribers were meant to see me here on YouTube and subscribe to me and follow me and learn from me and become one with me in my community, and that I had a part to play in their life and in their evolution, and vice versa. I just had a subscriber tell me today, it touched my heart that a year ago she was in a different place and that I helped her become better. And so she know and felt that she resonated with me from day one, and that she was supposed to be a part of my soul family. And I love that. It touched my heart, because some days I'll be ready to throw in the damn towel. People get on my nerves so bad. I'll be like, why am I doing this? I can just go get a regular fucking job and I ain't got to put up with this shit. But I help people, and that's what my calling is, to help people. No matter how aggravating some of y'all be aggravating as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie. I love y'all. I love each and every one of you. But even those of you that I blocked who can just watch and can't say shit up here, I still love you. But you a pain in the ass sometimes. So, and that in itself is a lesson that maybe some of us need to learn to look at ourselves. Is it MissNJoy had to block you? I'm a very patient individual. I know it might not seem like it sometimes, but I'll take a lot off of a person before I say, you know what, I'm not fucking with you no more. So if I've done that, you need to take a look in the mirror. I know a psychic named Cody needs to get some psychological help. And, I mean, there's just things that you can learn here, even if I've rejected you. Okay? All right, so I do believe, in a sense, that we are guided, and there's a reason. That, like, we're all, like, the world is a big, giant puzzle. And each of us has a tiny piece, and we're supposed to fit in our place in order for the puzzle to come together. Do you see what I'm saying? I do not believe that, like, everybody's like, why can't everybody can't be high vibe? You know what I'm saying? I just had a comedian, I was watching some comedy show the other day, and one of the comedians was like, everybody can't do what I do. Everybody can't be a celebrity. Everybody can't, be a star. Everybody can't make hundreds and millions of dollars. Everybody can't. Somebody got to flip the burgers. Somebody got to clean the toilet. If everybody was millionaires, would anybody's toilet be clean? I'm just saying, who would you pay to clean the toilet? You'd look at that and be like, I'm a millionaire. I ain't got to clean this shit. Who's going to clean this toilet? And I don't know, I guess somebody out there would be greedy enough to need another couple of $100s to do it. But I'd still clean my own toilet, because I just like shit clean. So everybody would have to conform to, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their place. You can't get to the top floor if there's not the first step, the second step, the third step, the fourth step, and the fifth step. You know what I'm saying? The stairs going up. Somebody's got to be the lower step. Somebody's got to get stepped on first, and somebody's got to get stepped on last. Somebody's got to be at the bottom of the ladder, and somebody's got to be at the top. Somebody's got to be in the middle. You got to have everybody. You know, that was the reason for the placement of the people knock it, the Indian caste system. But somebody's got to clean the toilet. Somebody's got to sweep the floors. Somebody's got to manage the people to sweep the floors. Somebody's got to pay the people that manage the people to sweep the floors. Somebody's got to manage the people that manage the people to pay the people to sweep the floors. You get what I'm saying? So, that being said, there are all kinds of spirit guides. Okay? Because we have all kinds of paths, and we have all kinds of people. So before you can ask me the question, how do I connect with my spirit guides? You would have to find out, what kind of spirit guide do you want to connect with? Because you got a bunch of them. I would say the easiest spirits for you to connect with are going to be your ancestors, because there is a soul tie on a deeper level to them. At some point in the physical, they contributed to your being, and your physical body's contained the same DNA, and you may have even contained the same, like my grandma, my great grandma. She was a healer. And then my great-great-grandma, my great-grandma was a healer. And then my grandma was a healer. And my mom hasn't embraced it, but she's a healer. She's a kitchen witch, and she just ain't got in there. She'd be hell at alchemy if she put her mind to it. And stop being stubborn. And therefore, I am a healer. I'm a different kind of healer. I do my potions. I do bath salts and cleansings and therapies and things of that nature. I do. But for the most part, I'm a mental healer. We don't get credit like everybody else does. Like if you heal the physical body, Mercury's in retrograde, you get way more credit than, however, if I'm asked, I do have home remedies for a lot of things that a lot of people don't consider. I can tell you how to treat certain things without having to go to a doctor and have suggestions on a lot of things that are holistic and over the counter, and people just never ask me. When they do, I tell them. But for the most part, I'm a mental healer. I'm here to fix your mind and your heart and your soul. I have healed many of you mentally. I have healed many of you emotionally. And I continue to. And I will continue to. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm a different kind of healer. Then my grandmother was both. She was, that woman was everything. Okay? I can't even lie. She was just the shit. Okay? She was a nurse. She actually she was a nurse. So she could heal you physically and she could heal you mentally. Because most of my mental knowledge and clarity that I got came from her words and wisdom. And I drop her knowledge and wisdom here all the time. I pass it right on to you, which is what she always meant for me to do. And if any of you had met her in person, if I could have had her sit here with me, her messages to you all would be so grand. She was amazing. She is amazing. I still continue to get guidance from her. So you would have to ask yourself what kind of spirit guide that you're trying to connect with. There are guides that do all kinds of things. Just like, my grandmother was more so of a physical healer, and I'm a mental healer. And I'm pretty sure my mom was like an alchemist. And there are people that do different things. There are teachers, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So while everybody wants to ask, how, you need to know who. And like I said, you want to start with your ancestors. They're going to be the easiest for you to connect with. They're going to be the first to answer because you more so may be able to talk to some of them directly if their soul spirit has not reincarnated already. Ancestors, however, you have to understand that it may not be, because sometimes I'll ask a client or somebody will be in my chat, I'll be like, do you know who such and such is? And they'll be like, no, I don't know who that is. But yet and still, it was like your great-great aunt or your great-great-great-grandmother or on your father's side or somebody you didn't know. Because, a lot of us don't know our daddy's side. I'm just saying. It is what it is. And it could be an ancestor that you don't even know from a few generations back. So those are going to be the first spirit guides that you want to connect with, and the easiest, because like I said, your bloodline, the blood runs through you, and those are people that are definite to be incarnated and reincarnated in your life cycles as you move on. Because as you know, you start off with a pre-life soul contract. And in that contract, we don't actually know what's in there. I really would like to know, if I could ask one question, if I was to meet a higher level being, and they could say, okay, you get to do one thing that's like major, nobody else will get to do. That's what it would be. I'd be like, can I read my soul contract? Can I read that shit? I want to see what's in there. Really, I do. I really do. And it defines your life. Right, Marie, why am I here? Because that's one of the things that's in there. Why are you here? Why did you go through this? Why did I go through that? Why did I have to meet this person? Why did I meet that person? Who was this person to me? What is my goal with this person? You know what I'm saying? What is my journey? What is my path? What are the lessons that I have to learn? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I doing it right? Did I do it wrong last time? What am I not supposed to be doing? Because I had a client that she's all fucked up. She's cray cray. We tried to schedule a private reading. She's so crazy, we couldn't even schedule the private reading. We couldn't even get in, and it's not hard to schedule a private reading with me. If you can't pull off the basic concepts of how to schedule a private reading with me, there's something that's not connecting up there. And I can only try to help so much. There's only so much I can do from here. For real, though. And I was told that she basically had screwed the pooch on this life journey because she wasn't supposed to have children, because she was not supposed to acquire karma within this life cycle. So the minute you have a kid, you acquire karma. When you meet people who don't have children, can't have children, or have no interest in having children, it's more than likely they're on one of their last life journeys or a very important life journey. Because when you have a kid, you instantly acquire karma in that lifetime. Instant. There's no way to get around raising them. You're not going to raise somebody perfectly. You can try, but there's going to be something. They're going to say something. They're going to be mad at you for something. You're not going to be perfect. There's going to be something you don't do. Even if you think you've done everything perfect, that's wrong. Perfection is wrong. Because that child has to learn adversity. Think about it. If you are rich and you have a child and that child is always happy and you always give that child everything that they want, what's going to happen? They're going to get out in the world, right? And somebody's going to tell them, no, you can't have that. And they're going to spaz the fuck out. They're going to lose their mind. They might get thoroughly depressed. They might straight up kill themselves or someone else. Because what you mean I can't have what I want? All my life I got what I want. My parents gave me what I want. And Then you're going to fuck it up. Somehow you're going to screw the pooch. Nobody's perfect. So the minute you have kids, you acquire karma. Then not only that, because it might not even be you. Because you had to sleep with somebody else to get that kid, right? So that required a relationship. You know you're going to acquire some karma in a relationship. So, these are things that are in your soul contract. And your spirit guides are here to do several jobs to make you, let me give you an example. To get you to the point that you need to get to. I just talked about, this came up, I've mentioned this a few times recently. And I don't know, at different times for different reasons. So I guess it's all things are for a reason because it's in my head now. When my oldest daughter turned 18, she called me. We weren't even living I had moved out. Me and her father had separated, and I was living with my masculine. I was still in the same area. I was like maybe 15 minutes away from her. And she calls me. And she said, Ma, Daddy said I had to call you and ask you. And I was like, you're 18 now. Ask me what? And she had not long turned 18. This was maybe like, her birthday's in December. This was maybe like, this is around the end of the year. This was after no, it was before graduation. I think it was during like spring break time. It was during spring break. And she calls me and she goes, Daddy said I had to call and ask you. And I was like, okay, you're 18. Why is he telling you to call me and ask me? She said, Ma, I want to go with my friend, Dominique, shout out, sweetheart, to a paint party. I was like, what the fuck is a paint party? And she was like, well, you go and you don't wear new clothes. You got to wear she's like, I'm just going to wear a t-shirt and like some sweatpants or some shorts. She was like, and people just sling paint. There's like spray paint and body paint, just paint. everybody. And then she's like, there's black lights and they hand out paint and you just paint and there's paint everywhere and you paint each other and you paint yourself and it's just called a paint party. I was like, first of all, that sounds really stupid, but yet at the same time kind of fun. And I was like, you're 18, fine, go bye. I was like, I was like, sure. But before I didn't even say, you're 18, I was just like, yes. Before she could even finish, I was like, yeah. And she was just talking. She was like, well, Mom, we're going to do this. She was just explaining and giving me details. And I was like, I said, yes. She was like, what? You said yes? I was like, baby, I said yes like 5 minutes ago. What? And she was like, you said yes? And I was like, yeah, what is your deal? I said yes. And she was like, but you never say yes. You always say no. You always say no, and then you tell me why you said no, and then I get mad, and then we argue, and then you say no, and that's final because I love you, and no. And I was like, well, because it's my job. It's been my job. I gave birth to you, and the minute you popped out, actually the minute I conceived you, I had to be careful. I had to be careful because I lived upstairs, not to slip and fall down the stairs and lose you. I had to be careful not to eat the wrong things, do drugs, drink, shit like that, smoke, so you could be healthy. I had to be careful to make sure I went to the doctor. You were late. I was about to be induced. We had to get you out on time, but you came the day before I was supposed to be scheduled, the same day I was scheduled to be induced. I had to be careful. I had to get you here healthy. Once I got your ass here healthy, I had to get you home from the hospital healthy. And once I got you home from the hospital healthy, I had to make sure that your brother didn't kill you. Then you walked around and got mobile and started playing, and I had to make sure that you didn't kill your damn self. Covering sockets, locking cabinets, keeping you from going outside and falling down the stairs, keeping you off the balcony, keeping you from climbing up on shit, keeping you from, getting in the cabinet, touching the knives, keeping you from hurting your siblings and each other. It's been my job for 18 years and 9 months to keep your ass alive. It's been my job. It's been my job to keep you alive until you become an adult and take over responsibility for your own ass. Now you're 18, you're responsible for your old ass. If you want to go out there and die, you feel free to go out there and die because that is no longer my responsibility. I love you. Have fun. Don't die. Bye. And she was fucking flat. She was like floored. She was like, so I can go. I was like, yeah, do you think it's safe to go? And she was like, I really hadn't thought about it. Well, guess what? Now you're 18 and it's your responsibility to think about whether or not it's safe to go. It's your responsibility to make sure that there's gas in the car and that your person is not going to get drunk on you and get you stuck somewhere, and that you are going to, now if you need a bailout, I'm always here for you. But it's your responsibility moving forward to evaluate these situations on your own and determine whether or not it's safe for you to go out there and do whatever it is that you would have asked me to do. Now you have to ask yourself all of those questions that I would ask you in your life as an adult. She said, you know what? This isn't fun anymore. And I said, you know what? It's not. Welcome to adulthood. Don't die. Boom. I gave you all the tools. Don't die, little bitch. Don't die. Okay? So, now, you have, that being said, you have a team of spirit guides. A whole team of spirit guides. And their job is, because they've seen this contract that we don't get to see. They've seen that shit. And they know where you're supposed to be by the time you hit 50. They know what you're supposed to be doing, Marie, what you're supposed to be doing with your life. They know why you're here. And their job is to make sure that you get to where you're supposed to be when you're 50. And that you are where you're supposed to be, that I was where I needed to be when I met Evan's dad. That's my oldest son. It was their job to make sure that I met Sean on that day. And what went down the day we met each other led us to be irresponsible and have sex, and led me to get pregnant and conceive my son, because he's supposed to be here. For whatever reason, he's supposed to be here. Okay? I got another one to throw at you. I just heard this one the other week. It was their job to make sure that I was away at Job Corps, that I didn't get, that Texas has a test that you have to pass. It's called the TOS test. It's an exit level test, and no matter how well you have done, despite the fact that I should have been salutatorian in high school, I failed this test by 2 points and could not graduate. Therefore, I had to go into Job Corps to get my diploma under different circumstances. I was not allowed to walk after working my ass off. Okay? Whereas I met the one I just told, I was telling you, I told go out, don't die. I met her dad. And even though I was determined, because free will is a thing, I said, well, no, not only that, but if I go to Job Corps, they also have a program that launches me into college, which I can go right into because I'm here. I've got the high school diploma credentials, so I can go right into that program. So this is my chance. I have one son. My mom's going to take care of him for me while I go get this education, so I can never have to go through being a single mom again, and I can support my son. So I go to the doctor, and I get a 5-year birth control implant. It's called a Norplant. I had it slapped into my arm. We're not having no more babies till we get the education. I was determined because I was too smart for this shit. Okay? I take my ass away to school, fresh new birth control device. Well, I had it for a year because I got it like slightly about a year or so after my son when it first came out. I go away to school, and it stops working. It stops working right when I meet Kelsey's father. It's supposed to last for 5 years. Worked for a year and a half. I got sick. I go to the doctor. Doctor runs tests. Doctor comes back. Doctor says, well, you're pregnant. I said, but I have a Norplant. He said, how long have you had it? I said, a year and a half. He said, where? And I showed it to him. And he felt it. It went right in the arm. I still have the scar. Is it this arm? Yeah, it's this arm. I still have the little scar where it was. He says, well, you got to get it out immediately. Because clearly it didn't work, but it still could be emitting a low level of hormones. Let's get it out. So I have to go take it out. Then I have to battle with the decision, am I keeping this child? So I kept her. And I know now that she was supposed to be here. With her little determined ass, nothing was stopping her from being born. She said, this is my mom, this is my dad, they met, this is my chance. No device shall hold me back. And she is here. It was my spirit guide's job to have things not work out with her dad. So I had to go meet the other dad that I married and had my next 3 children who are definitely supposed to be here. Because they all are 5 amazing people. And now I have a granddaughter. I have 6 grandkids and 1 on the way, and they're all supposed to be here. And if my spirit guides didn't make sure that I got to where I was supposed to be when I had to meet all their dads, and when I had to conceive all of them, and then I had to have this happen and that happen, so they could learn this lesson, and they could see this, and they could experience that, so they could become the people the people that they're meant to be, and so I could be here. I went to school. I went back to school to get my psychology degree. I was meant to have those studies. I was not meant to be a psychologist on that level. I was not meant to be in clinical. I was meant to be here so that I can help you. When at the time, I'm sitting there crying because I couldn't pass college algebra and statistics to save my soul. I was thoroughly depressed. I was not supposed to do that. And my spirit guides had to make sure that I didn't become a clinical. But yet I still got the psychological, sociological, anthropology, ethics, and religious studies that I needed to do this. Do you see how hard of a job that is? Anybody out there who has kids, you know what I'm talking about. Because you spend, like I say, those 18 and the 9 months, and sometimes longer, because they don't just fly the nest at 18. You spend those years making sure that they get what they need, and that they live and that they survive, and they're where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to be, that they're at school on time, and they're dressed and they're fed, and their hair is done, and their asses are clean, and their teeth are brushed, and they have their homework, and they have their pencils, and they have their supplies, and they got their shoes on the right feet, and they know how to tie those shoes. And you know what I'm saying? So imagine having to do that for someone's entire life. And most of us are living to 70 and beyond. Do you want to do that alone? It's really not meant for us to be single parents, but it happens. And back in the day, we used to say that it takes a village to raise children, which is why I'm intent on being around and helping my granddaughter. Right, Riri, studious responsibilities, humans, exactly. Which is why I'm intent on being here to help my daughter to raise my granddaughter. Because being responsible for one person alone is a hellified job. And just for 18 to 20 some odd years, it's a hellified job. So imagine what it's like to have to be responsible for a human being from the time they're conceived up until the time, and not even the time they're conceived. If you're your spirit guides, you're going to have been, some of your spirit guides have been responsible for you since the birth or the conception of the creation of your soul. They have seen you through each and every damn incarnation and lifetime. They know everything there is to know about your soul, shit that you don't even know. From last lifetime to the lifetime before that to the lifetime before that. And it is their job to make sure that maybe, just maybe, you get half of this shit checked off this list in this lifetime. Okay? So you have a team, not just one. So let's clear that up. So when you say to me, how do I meet my spirit guide? I have to say to you, which one? Who are you trying to talk to? What are your needs? What is you want to meet everybody? First of all, that's not going to be possible because some of them have a job, like your gatekeeper. So now, let's go through your spirit guides. So you have your life guide and guardian. This is the one that made sure you got here and gets you from each lifetime to the next lifetime to the next lifetime to the next. This is the one that for Kelsey, for her, made sure that somehow this birth control device can't work because Kelsey has to be conceived in April of 1994. That was her guide's problem. Can you imagine the thoughts that ran through her life guardian's head when I got the birth control device? He probably went, oh shit. Damn it, how's she gonna make Kelsey now? Damn it. And had to figure out that we're just gonna have to do something. We're just gonna have to void it. We're just gonna have to, something's got to give. Hey, Rhoda Grove High Priestess, what's your birthday? I need you on my list. You're going in I need your info for my Rolodex. Drop your birthday in the comments. Okay. Imagine what her life guide was going through. Trying to figure out how he or she or it was going to get Kelsey conceived when her mommy just got a fucking 5-year birth control device and he knew Kelsey was scheduled to be conceived in April of 1994 so she could be born in December. March 4th. Got you, Water Grove. Where are you? Water Grove. What is it? 3, 4. Got you. Imagine. Okay, so your life guardian is the one that's going to make sure that you are where you need to be when you're supposed to be there. That you got conceived on time, that your parents were the right people, that you married the right person, that type of thing. And then that you divorced that right person or the wrong person, or however you want to look at it. Okay? All right. Then that's your life guide. Like I said, that's going to be the person that gets you from lifetime to lifetime. Then you have your destiny guides. This is the person that's got to arrange your life so that you achieve all of the things that you're supposed to achieve and all of the goals that you're supposed to accomplish. And even though you married that person then, that marriage or that relationship was just to teach you something so that you could be ready. And that relationship were just to teach you something so you could be ready for that relationship. That you won't meet that person. That idiot you married at 19, he was just a lesson. And then the one you dated after him at 30, they were just lessons so that you could be ready for the one that you're supposed to be, really supposed to be with at 40. And your destiny guide had to arrange all that. Okay? Your destiny guide. He determined that you were not supposed to get that job because you were supposed to get that job. And you were not supposed to pass that class because you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to do this. That's your destiny guide. Okay? Then you have your warrior guides. Those are your protectors. Those are the ones that made you drop your phone on the curve, so you had to bend over and pick up your phone instead of stepping out in the street and getting hit by that car that was speeding, that ran the light that you didn't see coming. They're the ones that made you miss your bus that crashed up the street. They're the ones that made you miss that plane that would have gotten you somewhere where you would have gotten in that cab and that cab had an accident. They're the ones that broke up that relationship because it was too bad, it was bad for you and some shit was about to pop off. They're the ones that protect you and make sure that your ass is safe. They're the stressed out ones. Because we're stupid and we do dumb shit. And there's only so much a person can do. All the time, there's a YouTuber, and he has YouTube, and he has Instagram and TikTok as well. Mr. Ballin, Ballen, Mr. Ballin. If you go to his channel. There are a zillion stories about people who did stupid shit and died because. So can you imagine how their fucking warrior protectors felt? Don't die. Don't scuba dive there. Don't climb that mountain. It's about to snow. No one's ever lived through that. What are you doing? Just dumb. Just dumb. Don't jump off of that. Why would you climb that hit? Why? I just watched one the other day about a scuba diver who thought he could fit his body through this itty bitty hole submerged underground and couldn't get his ass back out and die. Imagine. Let's go swim with the sharks. Some of those people. Can you imagine? Their poor warrior spirit guys are probably just sitting there like, man, fuck it. Just, man, fuck it, man, fuck. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I can't imagine. Yes, you can. I take that back. Because my granddaughter, you know the little socket plugs that you put in the socket to stop them from sticking shit in the socket? She pulls them right off. She just goes right up there to her little fingers and just popped it right out of place. And we're just like, So, can you imagine? People, let's get in the car and go fast. Let's pop these pills. I don't know what's in the pill. Fuck it, pop it. Stressed. They've got to be fucking stressed. I don't think I stress mine too bad because I don't do shit. I'm not fucking around. You got me fucked up. I've been safe as a motherfucker. I don't play with. I'm good right here. I might go 10, 15 miles over the speed limit if ain't nobody looking, but that's good. I'm going to be sober as fuck when I do that, and that's good as it gets, okay? So I'm assuming mine have had it kind of sort of easy. All right? So then you have your creative guides. There would be like your muses. There would be the people that sat here and told me, hey, let's put some fairy lights around the bed. Those are the happy-go-lucky. That's what I would want to be in the afterlife. They're the ones that gave you that poem that you wrote to your boyfriend in 9th grade that pops into your head. They're the ones that tell you what to sing when you sing your babies to sleep. They're the ones that tell you what colors you want to decorate your house, or how you want to, decorate your work desk, or how you want to do your hair or your makeup, or what outfits you want to wear. Those are your creative guides that tell you, you know what, well, let's start this kind of business, or let's write in this form, or let's you know what I'm saying? That's your creative guide. Those are your muses. Let's just put it like that. They're your spirit guides as well. Then you have your gatekeeper guides. Remember when I talked about, when I say guardian angels and watchers? When I do my blessing, before I read, I say spirits of the ancestors, gods and goddesses, guardian angels and watchers. Watchers are how I was taught. We'll get to that too. That my teacher spirit guide explained to me who the gatekeeper guides are. They're your writers. They're your recorders. They're your scribes. They're the ones who are documenting and when it freaked me out when I was told this, it freaked me out. They record your everything. They record everything. They record every thought that you have. They record everything that you say, every little thing that you do, everything. So if you thought it, they recorded it. It almost makes me ashamed because some of the thoughts I be having, y'all, I don't say certain stuff I think I say most of it to Marie. I will. If you've ever watched this chat, watch my chat. I'm gonna confess. If you've ever watched my chat and I picked up my phone and I said, Marie, I'm about to message you. One of y'all done pissed me off and got on my nerves, and I'm talking about you. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a human being. I'm a person. I have thoughts. And if you're getting on my nerves, I'm gonna say, I'll be like, do you see this chick? Do you see this dude? So-and-so gets on my nerves. And sometimes she'll agree. She'll be like, me too. I know. She'll tell me I understand. Or sometimes she'll talk me down because I'll be like, I'll be aggravated, or I'll have, sometimes, I'm just on edge, and she'll talk some sense to me sometimes. Most of the time, we pretty much resonate if someone's being fucking annoying. They're being fucking annoying. If someone's crazy as fuck, they'll be crazy. We know they crazy as fuck. So just know that if I message Marie, if I say, Marie, I'm about to message you, and I pick up my phone or I'm messaging, most of the time, talking about one of y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a human being. I can be petty too. I'm an Aries. Okay? So they record everything. So that thought that you had, and remember when you were a kid? Even shit. You don't even have to be a kid. I've done the shit since I've been grown. You ever been having a conversation with your mom, and in the back of your mind, you be like, bitch. You can't say that shit out loud, but you, in the back of your mind, you didn't say it. They wrote that shit down. If you ever been talking to somebody and they were telling you something and you'd be like, because I have a friend, we still, she's an associate or whatever, friend, whatever. And she would be, we don't talk so much anymore, but she would be telling me like shit that she was a free spirit. She had friendly vagina. And she would be telling me some of the exploits and the things that she did. And I'd be listening and I'd be like, girl, for real. And in the back of my mind, I'd be like, you nasty bitch. They wrote that shit down. Every little thing. That if you looked at somebody and was like, damn, they sexy, I would love to, they wrote that shit down. If you ever had a conversation with your boss in the back of your mind, you was like, I can't stand this motherfucker. And you know what? I just really wish you would go out to lunch, you get hit by a bus, and you thought that shit in your head, they wrote that shit down. I was appalled. I looked at my spirit guide, I was like, everything? He was like, everything. I was like, damn. And I thought about some of the shit I've said in my head over the years, and I'd be like, damn. That's written down somewhere. Fuck. Okay? So that's what your gatekeepers gotta do. They keep a record. They're responsible for your Akashic record, which has everything. When you pluck that chin hair, everything. Okay. Next, my favorite guide, because I used to think like that was like my only spirit guide, but no, I love him though. He is awesome. My teacher guide. I've had most contact with him. My teacher guide. I've had more contact with my ancestors and my teacher guide. I really haven't had any contact with too many other, not really, not directly. Okay, because we're coming up on one that you have contact with on a regular basis, but you kind of don't realize it. We're getting to it. But your teacher guide, they show up, they teach you things, they tell you things, they help you to learn, they help you to grow, they help you to. Now, if I wanted to connect, when I wanted to connect to a spirit guide, this is the one that I asked to connect with, because I heard him before I heard him, and apparently I had seen him as well before I decided I actually wanted to see or connect with him. So I just knew when I asked to connect to that particular spirit guide who I wanted to connect with, because he had already spoken to me and told me some things and said some things, and he looks like a creature, something that I've seen elsewhere. And when I saw that particular thing, it was a character on a TV show. But anyway, when I saw that particular thing, I was like, I've seen something, that one, the being like that, like in my dreams. And it looked very familiar to me. So I had already knew him of sorts. But I wanted to connect to him more. And so last time I said his name, a candle broke. So I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if that meant I was not supposed to say his name or what. But last time I said his name, a whole fucking candle, like one of these, just went pop and whole fucking glass broke. So I'm not going to say his name. But my teacher guide is who I most connect with. And we have a very awesome relationship. I love my spirit guide. Absolutely. He's so responsible for my knowledge and my the wisdom that I pass on to you all. Okay? Then you have your happy guides. They are responsible for the joy in your life. They're responsible for the joy in your life. They're stressed out too. I can imagine they're very stressed out too. So some of you have a refusal to enjoy life. You just have an absolute refusal to enjoy life. If you're one of those people that I'm always up here fussing about, that you never go anywhere and you never do anything and you never have fun, then you would be one of those people. If you never like sit and watch some funny shit on TV, if you always watch the news and depressing political shit, if you never go out and watch a funny movie, if you never go to the movies with your friends or your kids, or if you never go to a party or a bar or a club, if you never go out on a date or just have great sex or just go pick flowers or walk to, they present you with things. For instance, mines have been bugging me. I have back pain, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I have to go to a botanical garden, the botanical gardens in Atlanta, Georgia. I have to go. Why? Because I just got to go. I don't know. I got to go. I know that I've seen it and I've got to go there because it's beautiful and I want to see it. And it's bugging me that I have to go. So I've got to go. So I would assume that it's them, my happy guys, that are making me want to go because that's going to make me happy to go. So I'm going. I don't know when, but I'm going before the summer, or probably at the end of the summer when it's not so hot. This is hot as fuck in Atlanta, Georgia. So, but I'm going in the evening. They have an evening thing where I can go in the evening. And it's like from like 5 to 9, and you get to tour the gardens, and there's live music and drinks. It's called Drinks at the Botanical Gardens or something like that, or even whatever. I'm going. I don't know who with. I want someone to go with me, but as of right now, I don't have anybody to go with me. So I'll see. If I have to go by my damn self, I'm going. I'm popping some pain pills for my back, and I'm grabbing some lidocaine patches, and I'm going. Okay. So, those are your happy guys. I guess they're the ones that inspire me to watch Rick and Morty. I guess they're the ones that inspire me to go play with my grandbaby. I guess they're the ones that, you know what I'm saying? They're the ones that encourage you to do happy things, that teach you what you like and what you don't like, and show you things that resonate with you and that you will enjoy. You know what I mean? So if you're ignoring those happy guys, I can imagine that their job is they're probably sitting there like, man, she won't go do nothing. She just depressed. She just won't play. Can you please crack a joke, bitch? Smile, bitch, smile. Can you? I can imagine that their job is rather stressful too if you're a person that is adverse to any type of joy in your life. All right? You're happy, guys. And if you're trying to meet somebody, you get what I'm saying? They're probably like introducing you to people at the grocery store and the corner store and the gas station, and you're just ignoring everything that they throw at you in order to create happiness. You be like, man, they be like, man, we keep sending this bitch people to date. Well, will she date them? No. Trying to make you happy. You don't want to be happy. Happy guys. Then, here comes your familiars. Your spirit animals. They guide you in other ways. They guide you when it comes to nature. They guide you when it comes to... And you'll see these animals at different times. For instance, my spirit animal is a rabbit. I was not happy. I felt like rabbits were little weak, meek animals. And my shaman explained to me that that is not the case. That they're actually very abundant animals, and they're fertility and they're symbols of peace and fertility and abundance and good luck. And so there's one that lives in the yard. Just a wild rabbit. I go outside, he's just hopping. My daughter has seen him. He lives under a bush out there in the yard, and he just hops around the yard. He's not going nowhere. He don't act like he's scared of us. He just cool with being around the house. I took it as a sign that this is where I'm supposed to be. One of the signs that this is where I'm supposed to be. So your spirit animal. It's good to know what your spirit animal is. I learned mine because I actually went on a spiritual journey where you take the peyote and you actually like get behind and go on your spiritual enlightenment journey. I did that. And so I basically, the hare, the rabbit, led me through the entire process. And I was like, it's a rabbit? I really like Alice got to chase the fucking rabbit. So it's good to know what your spirit animal is. That's one of the spirit guides that I would recommend if you meditate on it, possibly, and have it shown to you when you're asleep, or you actually find yourself a Native American shaman and get your spirit guide, go on your spiritual journey that way. It's a good thing to do. You need to know what your spirit animal is. I thought it was going to be a cat more than likely because I've always been a cat person. But I take that back because I have to, clearly, because it's a rabbit. But you know, rabbit and DNA and cat DNA really don't run that far from each other because they can breed. I know, it's called a cabot. If you don't believe me, Google it. It's real. I'm not lying to you. Okay. So there's your spirit animal. And they will guide you in many different ways. Let's just say that. There are symbols a lot of times of like here, like I said, I feel like that was a sign that this is where I'm supposed to be. Okay? All right. And then you have your helpers. Now, these are the other spirit guides that you come in contact with the most, that you don't, probably the most, that you don't even realize that you do. Because they're the ones that ring your intuitive bells. Okay? They're the ones that give you a bad feeling about somebody. They're the ones that we whispering in your ear, don't you do that. Don't you stay away from that person. That's not a good person. That's not a good thing. This place doesn't feel right. That this doesn't feel right. That now that feels right. Don't go this way, go that way. Doesn't that feel better? You know what I'm saying? They give you that this is a good person vibe. They give you that this is a happy place vibe. They give you that this is the right time vibe. They give you that this is the wrong time vibe. They give you that it's okay to be with this person vibe. They give you that it's okay to leave this person vibe, or you need to leave this person vibe. They are the ones that a lot of times will cause you have anxiety when you're going through or experiencing something that you don't need to be going through or experiencing. They're the ones that give you your psychic and your mental clues and cues. Okay? Your helpers. They're there to help you. They are there to help you. They're the ones that send other people to help you. They're the ones that sent you me. They're the ones that sent you here. They're the ones that put me here to help you. They're the ones that put my little thumbnail and my video in your news feed so you could click on me and see me. They're the ones that taught you what tarot was in the first place. They're the ones that told you watch this video. Reset or when we're sexy. Oh yes, Marie. They are present. The watchers, yes, they're present when you're doing all that. Everybody's present when you're doing all of that. All the guides there. Yes, I know it's weird, but and then the helpers. They're the ones that give you that feeling to tell you don't have sex with that person. They're the ones that tell you that person's not for you. They're the ones that tell you if you are on a dating website, they're the ones that have you swipe left and right because you swipe past that serial killer. Because I'll be swiping, I'll be like, nah, you look like you'll kill me and bury me in the yard. I'll be like, nah, you look creepy. Nah, you look like a child molester. No, you look like... That's them helping you. The helpers. Okay? They'd be like, no, don't buy that. Don't go there. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't listen to that. Your helpers. So those are the ones that I would say that you more than likely have the most contact with. Because they give you that funny feeling in your tummy, that ringing in your ears, that anxietal reaction, that weird wonky feeling, or that happy feeling, or something the feeling that compels you to go a certain way, or tells you, you know what, drive that other way today. Or you know what? Don't go to this store. Go to that store. The ones that tell you, let's go here today. Just go. And then you met that person that you were supposed to meet. You know what I'm saying? And so think about it. They've all got to work together to get you to where you need to go. And that's it, y'all. That's 11 different types of spirit guides that we just went through. So like I said, you've got your ancestors, your life guides, your destiny guides, your warrior protector guides, creative guides, your gatekeepers, that's your ones that record your keep your Akashic record, your teacher guides, your happy guides, your healing guides, your spirit guides, your helpers, and your ancestors. Okay? Did I say creative guides? I did. I had creative guides. That's all of them. That is your 11 spirit type guides, spirit guide types. Okay? Now, also a part of your spirit guidance team, you have your archangels, and some of these can indeed be a life guide or a destiny guide or warrior guides. They can be any of these type of guides as well. Well, I should say different types of beings that can be guides as well. All right, your ancestors, that's self-explanatory. You have archangels, star beings, like my teacher guide is some type of star being, some type of extraterrestrial. He's not a human being. He is an otherworldly being. So he's the star being. Ascended beings, there would be like your spirits that aren't returning. Like your ancestors eventually at some point should be recycled. They should be reincarnated unless they've lived. But if they've lived all those lives, then that's who they are. They're like ascended beings. You know what I mean? They're not coming back. They've lived all their life cycles. They have reached nirvana, and they are choosing to stay on the other side and be guides. Okay. Then you have your elementals, which are like, honestly, they would be like your gods and goddesses, kind of, sort of. Because they'll alert you in other ways. There are things that'll happen and to like create major things in your life that, like, okay, for floods, if you've never been in a major storm, have you ever been in a major storm? If you have ever been in a major storm, you can feel, it's funny that they name them, like we're here on the East, they have them East and West Coast, not so much West Coast, but more so East Coast. When we have hurricanes and they name them, that shit is so appropriate. Because if you've ever been in a hurricane, it doesn't feel like just some fucking crazy weather. It feels like a spirit. Call me crazy. I know you do, but I don't care. It feels like an entity. It feels like a being. It feels like an energy. It feels like a spirit. A hurricane feels like a spirit. A flood feels like a spirit. It feels like an energy. It feels like, if you've ever, we talked about it in one of my supernatural groups, how some of us actually connect. When you connect with an elemental spirit or spirit guide, you actually sort of kind of have sway over the weather. I swear, I have caused it to rain a couple times. That rain was right, like, on time when I needed that rain. I can't explain it thoroughly, but it was for a reason. I was burying some spells one night, and it began to rain, and I knew that rain was my rain. Okay? Okay. And then saints, which to me is kind of the same as your, well, no, not really archangels, because Saints would cover anything from ancestors to, like, you Catholic people, Marie, you know how you wear a St. Christopher medal for protection? That type of thing. When you call Mary, when you talk to Jesus, when you talk to your gods and your goddesses. That's what they mean by saints. If you follow Santeria or Yoruba, and you follow one of the many Oshun, Oya, Yemeya, Shango, all of those, same thing. Same things. Okay? All right. Now, what decides or what determines your makeup of your spirit guide team? Several things go into play. Your soul age. Do you have a new soul? Do you have an old soul? For instance, what is your soul's purpose? And what is it meant to do? For instance, if you were somebody like Ernest Hemingway or Van Gogh, or who else is a great, Michelangelo, or somebody like that, any of the great musicians, Amadeus, Johann Sebastian Bach, any of the great ones. Oh, that's another one. I have to, Giuseppe, what's his name? Well, I'll touch on that in a minute. Hold on. We got to get to that one. You would have more of the creative guides at work in your current lifetime. You see what I'm saying? If you were to be Maya Angelou, like the little girl who did the poem at the inauguration. You know what I mean? Some of the great artists that we have out here now. That you would be more Prince before he passed away. You would have more of the creative guides on your team. You get what I'm saying? Me. I'm pretty sure. Did I talk? I didn't talk about healing guides. Did I talk about healing guides? I didn't talk about healing guides. I skipped it. I don't know why. I went from happy to spirit animals. Your healing guides, of course, would be guides that help oversee your physical and mental health and healing. Okay? I think I would have more teacher guides and more healing guides and probably more helper guides than the rest of you. Or depending on what your path is. So those are the things and then ascension level. What life path are you on? Your life path number is going to help determine what part of your soul's journey that you are experiencing in your current lifetime. And they may or may not be in said correct order, but they should be. But sometimes shit gets so wonky and they don't go in direct order. However, I do know that I'm on I'm a number 9 life path, and this is either supposed to be my last 3D incarnation or the next one. Considering that I'm really hoping, I got a clue about this, but I'm hoping that it's true. I believe that in my next lifetime, I don't think I'm going to be back here in the 3D. I believe I'm supposed to stay on the other side and help guide my twin flame, because then because he's an 8. And so I believe I'm supposed to be here for be there and be one of his guides for his next lifetime, so he can get it together and we can go ahead and finish this shit up, because I'm tired. At least I'm hoping that's what's supposed to happen. I don't want to come back again. Because if he fucks it up that last time, I don't know how to feel. This is honest. And he'll probably be a female in the next lifetime, considering. And he's acquired karma. So I don't know. But so now on to the question that we began this chat with. How do I meet my spirit guides? There's 1,000 videos on YouTube to tell you how to meet your spirit guide. However, it's going to be as individual as your spirit guides and your spirit guide team. Which spirit guide you decide to choose to meet? Do you want to meet your teacher guides? Do you want to meet your creative guides? Do you want to meet your warrior guides or your destiny guides? I've met my teacher guide. And of course I know my ancestor guides. I'm pretty cool with that. I don't really I have words for my healer guides. I have questions. But because I want to know why I'm having a hard time healing from certain things and what I need to do. Because I've tried like almost everything I can. I've tried staying busy. I've tried talking it out with the people that hurt me. I've tried just forgiving and forgetting. I've tried moving on. I've tried meditation. I've tried cleansing. I've tried alignment, chakra alignment. I've tried it all. Why can't I feel like I can't move on and get past certain things that I'm trying? I'm getting there, I guess, or why it has to take so long, or why it's still affecting me in the way. Not so much that it has to take so long, but why it seems to still affect me. So I'm cool with my teacher guide. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So as for meeting your guides, I know you were going to want to hear me say more, but it's going to be as individual to you as you and your guides and which guides you choose to want to meet. I'm telling you now, your gatekeeper guides probably are not going to be the ones you want to. They're kind of busy because you have a lot of thoughts and you do a lot of shit. So more than likely, most of you are going to be looking to want to meet your destiny guides, your creative guides, your teacher guides. Some of you need to be trying to talk to your happy guides. Or possibly your spirit guides. All right? The helpers, they would be cool to meet too. So you would have to decide who it is that you're trying to connect with. Okay? All right. Then you can simply ask. Just ask. First of all, if you need help from any of these guys, there are things they're automatically going to do and help you with because it's part of their job. But if there are any special tasks that you need help with, you're going to have to ask. Okay? All right. Which is why I'm irritated with my healer guys, because I have asked, can you please take this pain away from me? Can you please help me get past this? Can you please help me? Can you please, please stop me from thinking about this or this person or that person or get past this or that or the third? I have to ask. Not that I'm not grateful. Then you're going to want to have to eliminate the fear of actually hearing or seeing that spirit guide. Because why? It's like asking to see something that might scare the living fuck out of you. So you have to prepare yourself mentally. Meditation and yoga. The first time I've seen my spirit guides has been in my dreams. I always have had dream premonitions. And even when I was little, I saw and heard spirits all the time. So it wasn't so much of a stretch for me. But if it's not something that's common to you, then you may want to go ahead and condition yourself. You may want to meditate on it. There are plenty of meditations on YouTube. Meditate on it before you fall asleep. And I would recommend you do it in sleep realm. I would recommend you ask for them to come to you in a dream. I would recommend that you ask, because I've had people say they sat in a chair, they put a chair in front of them, and they asked their guide to appear to them, and they did. But you have to be mentally prepared for that shit. Or you think you was a game and you be done scared the living fuck out of yourself. So you need to be mentally prepared. So one of the many ways is meditations, yoga, and honestly, like I said, I would start in dream realm. I would start in dream realm. I would start with sleep meditations and asking your spirit guide to appear to you in the sleep realm while you're asleep in your dreams. That is my recommendation. If you need deeper process, if you need to eliminate the fear of it, like I said, you're going to want to go with your meditations. There are plenty of them on YouTube in order to help you. Okay? Plenty of methods. There's also lots of books that can help prepare you. All right? Okay. Does anybody have any question? Anybody got any questions? Anybody have anything they want to add? Did I leave out anything? So once again, to run it down, you have, number 1, you've got your life guides. Number 2, you've got your destiny guides. Number 3, you have your warrior, your protective guides. Number 4, you've got your creative guides, aka your muses. Number 5, you've got your gatekeeper guides, aka your Akashic record keepers. And yes, they record everything you do and say and think. Everything. 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 Your teacher guides. Your happy guides. Your healing guides. Your spirit animal guides. Your helpers. And your ancestors. All right? All right. I love you, everybody. We are coming up right on 10, right on time. If anybody has any further questions, once you've watched this, if you're watching the playback, if you missed the live chat, and you have any questions, feel free to email me, reach out, or reach out on Facebook Messenger. And I'll be glad to talk to you. I will be glad to answer any questions that you may have moving forward. There are also many, many videos here on YouTube about how to connect with your spirit guides and information about different kinds of spirit guides. I give the most basic, accurate information. I ran across some crazy shit. So be careful. Be careful. Be careful. All right? I'm going to wrap it up like usual. I'm going to go potty like usual. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to do some questions. And if anybody wants to further discuss this or anybody got any questions, that would be awesome. But yes, some of the topics or the questions, the comments touched on over here in the chat were, do they watch while we're having sex? Stuff like that. And when you're masturbating or when you're in the throat, yes, they watch. And like I said, and then every thought and move and action is recorded. So when you were given that head, it got written down. I love y'all. Bye.